Hi, welcome to T-Birds Football. Today I'm going to show you how to get ready for your football practice and all the things that came in the bag that you got at T-Bird Day. When you unpack your bag, you should find, of course, T-Bird's football helmet, shoulder pads, you should have your shorts and your practice schimmel, a belt, 2 knee pads, two thigh pads and 2 hip pads, as well as a tailbone pad. You'll also find your football practice pants and a mouth guard. So you should have all of these items in your bag. If you do not find all of these items at your first practice day following T-Bird Day, you can alert the staff what was missing, and we'll get that corrected. Okay? So one of the things I want to do for you today is let you know how you should come to practice on the first day. On the first day, we have conditioning practice, and we'll have conditioning practice all the first week. The league requires us to provide 10 hours of purely conditioning training for all the football players, and so all you will show up in on the first day are your practice shorts, your practice schimmel, and your football helmet, of course, and cleats as well. Have your player wear the cleats. So that's how practice will go for the first day. The kids will show up with all that equipment. On the second week, or after you've completed all of your 10 hours of conditioning, if you show up late to practice, or you miss a day, or you miss a day in between, you still have to complete the 10 hours. So while the rest of the squads may be moving on to hitting, if your player missed any time, they'll have to make that up again before they start the hitting practice. But when you start hitting practice, you will show up dressed a little bit differently. You will no longer need the shorts, and you will then move to the football practice pants with all of these pads installed on the pants, and I'll show you how that goes today. So there are a couple ways of getting your football practice pants set up. You can go and purchase on your own a girdle, which helps to hold the pads, or the pads are set up to fit right into the pants. I'll show you how that works. Inside, turn your football pants inside out and put the thigh pads in the middle pocket. You should find a pocket in your practice pants, and put the thigh pads in the middle pocket, like that. And then also put the knee pads. You'll find a pocket at the bottom of the pants, and kind of fold those up like this, and slide the knee pads in. You'll want to make sure you're putting the knee pads in when the pants are inside out like this. Put them in facing up, with the curvature facing up, so they'll be correct when you turn the pants right side in. Of course, as I'm doing here, you should do this prior to your football player putting on any of this gear. It's very difficult to try and slide these pads in while the player has the pants on. So do this prior to your player getting dressed. And your football players should learn how to do this themselves. Pad fall out. Turn the pants right side in. As such. And it should roughly look like that. Now the rest of the pads you can thread with the football belt, and you snake the belt and these pads in on these holes here. If your practice pants do not have these holes, you will have to use the girdle method, which I'll show you here in a moment. But you want to thread the belt through each of these holes. Sometimes there are more more holes in these pants than there are that you need to thread, but you just snake it through. Go in one side, lace it through, and then come out the other side and out another hole. That's one side of the pants. Pull the belt all the way through. Then go back in, and you'll get a feel for this. And then put the tail pad in the back. And again, thread it through back side. Through the holes in the pants. Back through. I encourage you to have your player learn how to do this and become responsible for their own equipment. And then lace the final thigh pad, or I'm sorry, hip pad back through. And then out the final hole, so the belt ends up having both belt pieces end on the outside, and then your player should slip this on and cinch and tie everything up. So that's how you perform that. You can get a girdle, buy them at most of your local sports stores, and these girdles, all similar to the football pants, have pockets on the inside for the thigh pads, the hip pad, and the tailbone pad. So here I've turned it inside out, and you would put the thigh pad on the side pockets, or I'm sorry, the hip pads on the side pockets, the tailbone pad in the back pocket, and then they'll be halfway down for thigh pad pockets. And again, you do the same thing you've done here, and then the football player will put this on first, and then the only pads that will go into the pants then are the knee pads, and then the football player will pull those up over the girdle that has all the pads in it. It's another option. Some of the kids find that more comfortable. Okay? So that is how you will get your equipment ready, your pads ready for the first day of hitting. Additionally, we want you to try on your shoulder pads before practice starts. Again, if there's something that isn't right, straps aren't, maybe there's missing straps, or straps got a cut, or it doesn't fit right, try all this equipment on before you come to practice, and then have your football player put these on, attach the straps. Some of the shoulder pads have more than one. If it's a larger football player or they're wearing lineman pads, some of them have two. But get those on and then get them tightened up. Make the adjustments so that the shoulder pads fit very snug. You should be able to, the football player should be able to kind of feel how tight they are when they breathe in. You don't want to make them so tight that they have trouble breathing in, but when they breathe in, it should apply some pressure. And that's how you get your pads ready. The coaches will go through in the first week and make sure that all this equipment is attached properly. In addition, you'll need to get, and this will be for the first day of practice, when you're wearing your helmet. Anytime you're wearing your helmet, you have to have your mouth guard installed. So that is how you will come to T-Bird practice, and that's how you get your pads ready. I look forward to seeing everybody at practice. Thanks.